Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Do you see this page? I'm going to see if I can rescue this Neocolor background. It's not something I'm really happy with, so I'm going to see if I can adjust it. I've not studied up on how to do this. I'm going to make it up as I go, trial and error. This video might not ever see the light of day, I don't know. But let me go roll some video and let's see what happens. So meet me on the other side and we'll get started. So here we are. This is a page from Summer Nights by Hannah Carlson. I don't know what page number this is yet. It's real close to the back though. I will put the page number on the video description. This is Neocolors, or these are Neocolors. And I had a different vision for how I wanted this page to work. I wanted to color the bird with bright, vibrant, yellows to pinks with, and going through maybe a salmon color to get there. And so I thought, oh, I'll do the background to match the same one. It'd be cool, yay. And then I did it, and now I'm looking at it thinking, I don't like that at all. I don't hate it. I think I could probably work with it and maybe even out this frame that's pretty dark. But I want to see if I can actually lift some of the color, some of the Neocolor off of this page and correct it into something better. I think I want a cooler background than this. So we're gonna get started and we're just gonna see what happens. So stick with me if you like adventure. I'll be right back. One of the things I really like about Neocolors is that, with Distress ink, it's permanent. And I think even with ink tints, it's permanent. But these aren't inks, these are more like watercolors. So I should be able to add water and lift the color off the page. So I wanna start with the yellow here. I'm just gonna take one of my watercolor brushes I use and just get the page pretty wet. Now I've got to be careful not to ruin the page with all the water because I know that can happen. But I just want to see if I could start lifting. Oh yeah, look at that. Some of that color's coming right up. Now the other thing too that I have to be careful of, this drawing gum I put on here like over a week ago, and I don't even think it's supposed to stay on nearly that long. So that could be a problem when I go to try to, I could just completely ruin this page. And y'all will be here for it. So get your popcorn ready. But yeah, I'm gonna just see how much of this color I can lift off of here. And if I get enough of it off, and maybe just lifting the color off will be enough to make me like this page better. But if I can do that, let me put a background page here. I think that would be helpful in adjusting this. I don't have an idea in my head of what I want the colors to be, where I want to take them to correct them. I just know I'm not really happy with this color combo. Now that actually doesn't look too bad doing it that way. Okay, let me move that a little bit. Get some more water here. And I'm probably gonna have to iron my page. And again, I will leave a link to Jen's Coloring Corner. She's got a really good video on how she irons her pages after she uses Neocolors. And it's awesome. It works really well. Okay, I'm gonna just kind of stop talking and do this all over the page and let's see where we go. I'll probably speed this up. Okay, I think I've gone as far as I can in lifting the color. You could see that what I've been lifting hasn't left as much residue as like when I was first lifting color off the page. So I think that's it. So what I'm gonna do next is come in, I have yet to decide what colors I'm gonna use, and I'm gonna lay over darker colors to cover this up. I probably could have done that from the beginning, but I'm gonna see how far I can push this to see what I can do to really play with the color. Like maybe I can find a way to keep the yellow and just blend it into something else. So I will go in, first I have to let this page dry, and then I will grab some new Neocolors to use, and we'll be right back. By the way, the 4 colors that I've used for this combo, I'm sorry that I didn't mention that. Orangish yellow, salmon pink, pink, and purple. I also at one point originally used the Sahara yellow on the very edges of the bird, but it was just too light and I ended up coloring over it with the orangish yellow anyway, so I'll ditch this one. But that's the original combo. In case you like it and you're interested, there you go. Now looking at this page, I think what we have left here, since the paper towel wasn't really picking up much color at the end of my effort, so in my opinion, which is an uneducated coloring opinion, I think the page is just stained for what it's worth with what we have on here. That's okay. So what that meant was when or what it means is that when I go to choose colors to cover this up, I need to go a little darker. But as I go darker, I don't want to just throw a darker color on top of it, because I still want to make sure that whatever color I'm laying on top of it will blend well with it in case some of this original color still comes through. Don't know if that makes sense or not. So as I flipped through here, I pulled 4 pencils that I thought would work. So you can see here, I swatched when I had this set of 40, and then I got the set of 80 and swatched again. So this is a little all over the place. I apologize. I picked, the first color combo I picked is indigo blue and olive brown. So here's the indigo blue, definitely darker. And the olive brown back here. Here we go. I thought that might cover the gold nicely. So I think I want to just stick to 2 colors to keep it simple and see if I could work with that. So there's combo number 1. The second combo I picked to try is aubergine, or is it aubergine? Either way, this color. And then the raw sienna, which is over here. Raw sienna, here we go, this color. So those 2 colors together. And I thought, okay, that might work well. So I had to test it. How did I test it? I just took a piece of, this is just plain old cardstock, which I know is different. This is actually a little thicker than the texture of the Hannah paper. But I tried to create the 4 color combo with the same intensity that I have left on the page here. I think it's pretty close. This might still be a little darker, but this is where I'm going to test these 2 color combos. So first I'll start out with combo 1, and that's the blue indigo and indigo blue and olive brown. Okay, so I'm going to start out with the olive brown. This might still be a little wet, so this might not be a true test, but we'll just see what it does just for curiosity's sake. My color a little thicker. But you can still see how the gold shows through. That's okay. I don't think that's bad. And then on the indigo blue, this is nice and dark. You can see though as I'm coloring that the purple and the pink still shows through. Here a little bit. I'll just bring some of that olive into the indigo blue. This might be super ugly. I have no idea, but that's why we test it. So we're going to find out. So when it activates, it's really pretty. And then we'll bring this color up. See what we get. I definitely have too much water on the paper, but I think the point of this exercise is to see that olive, that it would cover that very well. So that's a pretty combo. So that's combo one. Combo one, and that is okay, so there's combo one. So combo two, I've got the raw sienna and aubergine. I'm just going to keep saying it that way. Y'all, please correct me. Let me know. I was too lazy to use Google this morning. It's early. So here's the raw sienna. You can see that really looks pretty over that gold. And then the aubergine. It just feels like a French word when I look at it. And I don't speak French. I speak Texan, which is its own animal, I think, as the language goes. Okay. So again, and I like the gold and the purple contrast. I think just on the color wheel, purple and like this gold are on opposite sides of the color wheel. So I think, anyway, I like this combo together. So we're going to activate it. And again, that's really pretty. I kind of like this one a little better. All right, so this is number two. And that is raw. I noticed raw sienna has just one N. And there we go. Okay, so that's where I've landed. I think I'm going to choose this. It kind of stays true to the original color combo, but it mutes it and tones it down a little bit. And I think using just the two colors will be just fine. As a side note, I'm sure a lot of you that are just very seasoned artists and colorists are probably laughing at me and just shaking your head and putting your palm on your head going, oh, Kim. So again, this is just me experimenting and playing. If you have tips and tricks, that's awesome. Please share them in the comments. And then not only I will learn from them, but other people that come across the video will also learn from your tips and tricks. So thank you in advance for sharing those. So this is just an idea. Okay, I think I'm going to try this. So I will equip myself with these two colors and I'll go get the page and then we'll try to do that. I'll be right back. So here we are, and I'm kind of sassy, so I Googled this. This aubergine, that's how I will say it. I just try to color over this. Now again, this paper has already taken quite a beating with all the water I've used in originally activating these colors, as well as when I was trying to add water to lift the color. I'm going to try to go a little darker if I can. And I know that when I activate the water will help push the color in some of these areas. So I will speed this up as I lay down the color for y'all. Look at this hot mess of a page, y'all. Again, at this point, as I'm recording this video, I still don't know that this will actually end up on my channel. So we're about to find out. But I went a little extra heavy-handed laying down these colors because, again, this page has taken so much abuse from water as it is. I still have to iron it, which I will do. But I really wanted to try to get the color as much as I can from the first pass with this. Normally I like to layer my Neocolors. I like to lay down a layer and then go back and figure out, oh, this desaturated too much with the water. I'm going to add more here. I really wanted to try to knock it out as much as I can in one pass. So let's activate, and y'all can hold your breath. I will probably cringe a little bit, but let's see what happens. I will speed this up for y'all. I've decided to stop here. I pulled more of the aubergine. I decided to stop here. I pulled more of the aubergine inside to get more of a blend between the two colors, which gives you sort of that brownish, pinky, gold color here, and even brought some of it here. I might still add a little bit more there, but this paper, I promise you, has had it. It's at its limit, so I'll stop there. But if anything, for me, this was a learning exercise. I don't know if it would be for you or not. So I still have yet to remove the drawing gum. At that point, I could completely destroy this page. I'm going to let it dry really well today and then remove the drawing gum and then iron it. And we'll go from there. But stay tuned. The drawing gum came off just fine, and I've ironed the page. What I'm going to do on this video is pop up the original here so you can see the difference. Again, you might like the original, and that's cool. One of the things I try to emphasize on this channel is, above all techniques, personal preference is what matters most. Whatever will make you happy, that's what you should do. Okay, so I've been playing with some color combos. I will not be sharing or coloring on this video, but I've got like a goldy purple color and maybe a little more purpley, reddish purple color that I'm playing with. Let me know if y'all be interested in this being a reverse color along. So that's what I have for today. I hope you learned something. I know I certainly did. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.